Lots of noise connected with Arsenal whenever we're talking about their forward line. They've had injuries as well, of course, but first and foremost, they're still awaiting the extent of the injury suffered by Gabriel Jesus in the FA Cup third-round tie against Manchester United at the Emirates yesterday. Mikel Arteta was not hopeful. In his news conference afterwards, he said, it doesn't look good. It was the other knee that he'd already injured in a previous, last season, I think it was, wasn't it?
Season before, wasn't it?
Season before, when I think it was an ACL there. There's even fears that it might be that. It's not been confirmed yet, so they're still waiting.
Didn't look good, did it?
No, it didn't look good, so they're still waiting to find out there. But as far as Arsenal are concerned, they won't panic, particularly in the January transfer window. The club, they continue to work behind the scenes about what is potentially available in a January transfer window and whether it can fit with Arsenal, because it's easy for everyone to make that noise. Just bring a striker in and everything is sorted. But the fact of the matter is, when you join in the middle of a season, there's no pre-season. They've got to get used to the teammates, used to the style of play. How easy is it to do a deal of that magnitude that Arsenal would require in a January transfer window? I've been telling you since the start of this window that January was always going to be a reactive window for Arsenal. And yes, you could argue it's time to react because of the injuries that they've got.
It's been time and time and time again, Arsenal fans are saying.
What Mikel Arteta will do, though, and he's maintained this, is that he will look within first, within the squad. What is available to his squad? Raheem Sterling has just come back from injury, and he can play along the front three. Ethan Nwaneri, he's injured at the moment, but he is going to come back sooner rather than later. Admittedly, Bukayo Saka and potentially Gabriel Jesus are slightly more longer term. But Arsenal are a big club. So let's take a step back here. It's not like they're just sitting there in a January transfer window and not talking about this. They will have targets. Both, they'll have looked at a short-term option, they've looked at a long-term option as well. If it is to be a long-term target, which would probably require a bit of money to be spent, then it's likely that that player they would look at as coming straight into the team and strengthening the team, or at least providing great competition to those players that are there already. If it's to be a short-term option, then you would think that they would want to have someone come in to improve the squad, so that if there is an injury to the front three that they've got at the moment, that gap in quality between who comes in at the moment and the new recruit is going to be closed. Arsenal are definitely looking. Make no mistake about it, but it is easier said than done.
Do you know what, Damo? There's so much to talk about Arsenal. Let's get into more of this at 7 o'clock. Arsenal fans, tune in. We're going to dig deep with Arsenal and see what can and cannot be done.